order to understand luxury sales, we must first understand the luxury buyer. The desire of the consumer to purchase a luxury product or a service is not from his need but from his desire. And desires come from emotions. For example, if I need to go from point X to point Y, I'll probably just go buy a Volkswagen. But I will only buy a Rolls Royce when I want to make a statement, when I want to travel in comfort and style, when I want to stand out from the crowd. Right? If I need clothing, I'll go and buy a pair of Levi's. But I will only buy Aramena Gildo Xenia if I want to make a fashion statement. If I need to buy an engagement ring, I will go to buy it on sale from Zales. But I will step into a Cartier store only out of my desire to impress while expressing eternal, everlasting love. Now, this clearly reflects that the behavior of the luxury buyer, it's not driven by the neocortex part of the brain. It's driven from the limbic brain. The limbic part of the brain where desires reside, where you get that gut feeling, where you buy something just because it feels right. According to one of my favorite speakers, Simon Sinek, he said that a luxury consumer does not use the neocortex or the thinking part, because that brain helps us to rationalize, it helps us to evaluate numbers and make a choice. He doesn't use it, otherwise he would not trust, purchase and be loyal to one particular product or one particular service, irrespective of price, just because of the way it makes him feel. As you can see here, they have shown that luxury sales depend upon the limbic brain. What should the luxury sales associate do? Many of you all might move on and become luxury sales associates. So what should he do? He should reach that limbic brain by connecting with the client. How? Through emotions, storytelling, visualization, and personalization. Why? In order to create an emotional bond with the consumer. For what? To give him an outstanding, memorable experience, far exceeding his expectations. For what purpose? To ensure brand loyalty. And this is very obvious when we see brands like Prada, Burberry, Salvatore Ferragamo, Gucci, Versace, jewelry brands like Tiffany, Cartier, Boucheron, Piaget, Van Cleef & Arpels, and so on and so forth. We all know that change is the only constant, and the luxury sales environment is constantly subject to changes which are beyond our control, and jewelry is no exception. So, in order to flourish in a changing luxury sales scenario, we have to first identify those changes, we have to understand the cause, and we have to respond effectively. Now let's take a look at the causes of change. You have consumer demographics, economic cycles, changing role of the modern woman, changes in fashion, changes in marketing concepts, and many more. Taking consumer demographics. For this, we need to understand consumer types. You have the baby boomers, born between 1946 to 1964. These people will turn 56 to 74 in 2020. So they are not a potential target group because after age 65, generally jewelry sales decline. But they like to be remembered. So the baby boomers will buy jewelry as an heirloom to pass it down from one generation to another. Then we have Generation X. Now, Generation X, along with the millennials, they are big buyers of engagement and wedding jewelry. They are still in that materialistic stage with wanting and acquiring things, and therefore they may be good purchasers of fine jewelry. They make self-purchases, Generation X, because they can afford to. They can be a very challenging customer. Before coming to you, they will do an intensive internet research and then come to you. So they will ask tough questions. And they respect honesty, expertise, and sincerity. So once you earn their trust, they will be extremely loyal customers, probably lifelong ones. This is Generation X, where we belong. Moving on to the millennials or Generation Y. Now, they are potential customers because they have disposable rising income. Millennials in 2015 were aged 25 to 30. So naturally, they are going to be potential buyers for engagement rings. They are very tech savvy, sophisticated customers, global and multicultural exposure. They don't mind experimenting with different brands. We probably have millennials here. They don't like the traditional model of retailing. They probably will just go and spend, like I've said, $800 on a cell phone or a tablet computer rather than buying a pair of earrings or cufflinks. So we need messages which are relevant to their lifestyle in order to induce them to buy jewelry. Yes, are we okay with this? If they decide to buy, they will do a thorough study on the internet. They need quick, accurate clarifications for all their doubts and queries. Wide selection of goods. We want to make that choice, right? And they want the purchase experience to feel like a collaboration, not a confrontation. And companies like Hearts on Fire are changing the shopping experience for this very reason. What have they done? They have got the sales associate and the customer on the same side of the display case, so that the millennial feels that he is a part of the purchase experience. Right? Moving on to last but not the least, we have the Generation Z. Now, these are generally the children of Generation X, born between 1996 to 2010, some say up to 2012. They are tech savvy. In fact, they've never had an existence without a smartphone or without social networking. So they're very globally connected. But this particular generation has also seen recession, has seen markets crashing. They have seen terrorism, 9/11. They have seen the effects of terrorism. So they are very averse to risk and they are frugal and little skeptical as customers. They are not showy like the millennials. They are secretive. They shop in stores, brick and mortar stores, but they prefer to shop online. Demand quality. Quality and availability are two things which are very, very important to them. And of course, brand value also. Hyper-connected. So they immediately will check out if you're giving them a good deal or not. And traditional marketing system is not appreciated. They don't like when people are hiding the tags, pehle aap pasand karo, and then batata hu. No, they want transparency. They're very impatient. I can see that in all millennials, including my children. Quick. They have very short attention span. They want messages that are engaging and come to the point. Respond to edgy and visual marketing tactics. Videos. Oh, yes. Videos, especially small videos on social networking, really send the message across. They like to, go online. They like to experience the brand online, especially those brands where there is an interactive session where the consumer can have his own experience. But they are also very philanthropic and environmentally conscious. They want to give back. So when you're selling to these guys, you have to say, oh, we buy our diamonds through the right sources. There are no conflict diamonds coming to us. Our company gives back so much to charity. That will work well with them. It will give you brownie points. And lastly, they prefer one-of-a-kind custom pieces which are trendy, innovative. Not necessarily expensive, but something which is very individualistic. Are we okay with this? Now we finish with consumer demographics, coming to economic cycle. We all know that jewelry is a discretionary luxury. It's not that we need it, we desire it. So naturally, since it's not a basic need, we will not buy jewelry in a down economy, or we will buy less jewelry. Of course, in India and other parts, when there's an engagement and wedding, then jewelry buying becomes mandatory, in spite of recession. So what can you do? You can use substitutes of lesser value. Maybe silver instead of gold. You can use, you can compromise a little bit on your 4Cs. You can probably use lesser stones in a simpler setting, right? Also chastened by this wobbly economy, even the luxury buyer thinks twice before buying a product. But in spite of this, he values uniqueness and exclusivity. And for that, he will go that extra mile. He wants vintage, one of a kind, personalized and custom pieces, and is willing to pay that premium. We finished with economic cycles affecting the change. Moving on to how the changing role of the modern woman has had a major impact on the buying patterns of jewelry. Now, today's woman is no longer a housewife. She is a homemaker. She is a professional. She is a businesswoman. She is financially independent. She is fueled by the desire and the willingness to reward herself, and she buys jewelry pieces for herself. This indicates what? That she's successful in business, there is professional achievement, or maybe there is a personal milestone. Whenever, if I buy a piece of jewelry, make a self-purchase, what is it for? It is a statement. And it can also become an element of my individual style. It is just to celebrate being me. I buy jewelry that I like. I enjoy the jewelry that I buy. The modern woman is definitely more discerning. She wants a bespoke product made for her, which reflects her personal history in a very interesting manner. And she's more conscious of versatility and the longevity of purchases. She doesn't want the bank locker to wear her jewelry. She wants to wear it more often. She wants to enjoy it more often. She's a very confident woman. She's not scared of mixing high-end and low-end. In the earlier days, हमारे घर की बहुएं बेटे will not wear fashion jewelry. Today's woman will probably wear a 3-carat diamond and wear a semi-precious strand, semi-precious stone strand, and she will carry it off with aplomb. Are we okay, everyone? Yes. As you can see, you have the left hand rings. That symbolizes the modern woman's engagement and her wedding, her marriage. Very important to her. At the same time, she wears right hand rings, which represents self-expression and individuality. In fact, I have given this because the halo ring design concept became very popular. This was from the Center of My Universe campaign by Forever Ma. And as you can see, there is either a solitaire or a lot of small stones studded together in the center, surrounded by smaller diamonds. This is celebrating the idea of a woman as the emotional center of those around her. Changes in fashion always affect jewelry. Today, the most noticeable trend is that fashion and jewelry have merged. You all must have noticed that when you go to big design houses, fashion houses, you will find a range of jewelry also. Fashion is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And its glamour, its influence all comes from whom? One, the designer, the creator, the visionary, the marketeer. Two, from celebrities. We all look up to them. They are the ultimate embodiment of fashion. For consumers who want to blindly follow, Deepika Padukone has worn Chand Bali's I want. Customers will always come and tell you, they'll send you the image and say, please make this because Deepika has worn it. Also press, who convey an appropriate image through magazines, through television, through newspapers, radios, websites, blogs, and other types of internet communication. And last but not the least, publicity. Red carpet events, annual showings, galas, promotional campaigns, media appearances of film stars. Yes? So fashion affects jewelry because today the modern woman considers jewelry to be a fashion accessory. She wants that perfect look. So naturally, if fashions change, the colors, the forms, the styles in jewelry will change. Marketing concepts influence the mind of the buyer. And changes in marketing concepts will definitely bring about changes in buying patterns. In fact, if you see this one, we have the diamond solitaire ring. This concept was launched by Tiffany and Company in 1890. But this has an impact even today when you go to buy an engagement ring. Then you have the 3-stone diamond jewelry in 2000. Each piece has 3 stones. Each stone signifies the past, the present, and the future of the love and relationship. Diamond right-hand rings, we've discussed that women are wearing it to show their individuality, for self-expression. You have the Journey diamond jewelry. This was in 2006. It shows graduating sizes of diamonds, which tells you that your relationship will grow with time. The love will grow with time. So all these concepts are put in the mind of the buyer, and accordingly he is going and buying jewelry. Other causes. You could have causes which are like developments in science and technology. You all must have studied in your, I don't know which course, but about the development of the diamond saw, culturing of pearls, which has now become a fine art in Japan. You had modern treatments like heat, irradiation. Recently, of course, we have the advent of synthetic diamonds. You have CAD/CAM being used in manufacturing. You have advanced analysis of diamond cut and color and clarity. And you have super sophisticated treatments like HPHT. So all these are obviously affecting how a consumer would look at jewelry and buy it. There are initiatives like educational programs, promotional campaigns. What do? They give knowledge and skill to the sales associate, and in the consumer's mind, they create awareness and desire. Technology. computers, internet, mobile phones, ads, company websites, texting, emailing, blogging, so on and so forth. Entertainment, movies, videos, television. Here I would like to draw your attention that in America there was a period where they had bling jewelry. This was really promoted a lot, and especially for men's jewelry, by rap artists and rap videos. So this goes to show that even entertainment can influence the buyer. And of course, last but not the least, political organization. Now in the forefront we have the Kimberley process, where governments are coming together to make sure that conflict diamonds don't come into the industry. And now this has global scope. So this is also affecting the way people buy jewelry. Many consumers insist on knowing that the diamonds that they are buying are not conflict diamonds. Ways to mitigate the negative impacts of changes in luxury sales scenario. How do you nullify the negative effects? One, product and service will be the driving factor. A luxury buyer expects to pay a premium. He is not unaware, but he also expects a product with utmost craftsmanship along with exceptional service. So high levels of craftsmanship and interpersonal relationships will draw the customer and retain him. Omni-channel marketing. Now this has become the operative word. What does this mean? This means that today e-commerce and brick and mortar stores are not competing. In fact, they have to work in tandem, together. They are complementary. Because today's consumer, the millennial, and of course Generation Z coming up, they want access to all products whenever they want it, wherever they want it, and however they want it. So they might research online and they might go to a brick and mortar store, or they will buy online and return it in a store. So they need to work together. In fact, this has become very obvious. I have written there, Barbie, Parker and Rent the Runway. These were online stores, but now they are setting up brick and mortar stores because they are realizing that both are equally important. According to me, the most effective solution for nullifying the negative impacts will be effective branding. How will this do it? You reach out to ordinary and young people and make them aspire for extraordinary things. And this today will make them aspire to the brand. Tomorrow, when they are financially able, they will buy the brand. A lot of companies are doing this. For example, if a millennial buys a Burberry fragrance as the first signature scent, then when she goes to college, she'll buy a Burberry scarf. And then when she starts working, maybe she'll buy a Burberry trench coat if she gets her first bonus at work. So what has happened? The customer with the brand experience and purchase has become loyal to the brand. Are we okay with this? Also, you can extend your branding to give affordable products. Like if you see Burberry, you see Louis Vuitton, they all have products from $100 going up to $10,000. And you can buy any one of them to be a part of their brand. The same way, we have Cartier. Cartier has introduced Les Masses Cartier. So you don't need to just buy expensive fine jewelry. You can buy a pen and get entry into the world of Cartier. Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Tiffany, all of them are following this model. Lastly, enhance the brand value to take away a chunk of the market share. And the example here is Belvedere vodka. Belvedere vodka is about, I think, more than 50% premium over Absolute. You guys should be aware. But how did they manage to take away a major portion of the market? They got it across to the consumer that Belvedere vodka goes through 4 rounds of distillation to give that superior, smoother taste. And voila! They've got a big portion of the market. What is a brand? I've been saying effective branding, blah, blah, blah. But what is a brand? A brand is a corporate name, along with all the representative attributes, like the product, the services, the qualities, concepts, features, benefits, symbols, and also the mental and emotional associations. Whenever you think of a brand, you get an image in your mind. That is the association. Creating and maintaining the brand is called branding or brand management. So what do? You select, you develop, and you communicate its attributes in such a way that it differentiates it from the crowd. In which way? In a positive, meaningful, memorable manner. And a plan to do this is called a brand strategy. Coming to brand. What is brand essence? It's the essential tribute. Could be in the form of a slogan, in simple but strong terms. Like, for example, the most trusted name in news. So you think of CNN. The happiest place on earth, Disneyland. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. In fact, the makers of BMW say that we do not make sports cars, we do not make hybrids, we do not make SUVs, we do not make luxury sedans. We make only one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Apple, what do? What do you think? Think different. They say that everything we do, we believe in doing it differently. And that's why you will have your millennials and Generation Z doing anything, and trust me, I know, to buy an iPhone or a Mac. They will pay the premium and they will buy it only because it is an iPhone or a Mac and not any other computer. The world's most perfectly cut diamond by the company Hearts on Fire. Coming to brand promise. What is a brand promise? Is what the customer is promised. What can they expect out of the brand, right? So Visa says, it's everywhere you want to be. Allstate says, you're in good hands. A diamond is forever. This tagline by De Beers gives you the ultimate, and I don't know if it's ultimately impossible, but the ultimate promise of eternal, everlasting love. If you buy this object for your girlfriend, your fiancé and your wife, your love will never end. The Four Seasons hotels and resorts, they give consumers an experience which is beyond compare. Patek Philippe watches. To acquire a Patek Philippe timepiece is to welcome into your family a possession designed to last and accompany successive generations. So they are promising you that this will be an heirloom. You can pass it down from one generation to another. What is brand significance? Brands have a major significance to the store as well as to the consumer. To the store, it explains its identity. It gives recognition to the store. It separates it from other stores. It establishes trust. It connects emotionally, and therefore it ensures loyalty. It is to attract new customers and to retain the existing ones. The brand to the consumer gives what? assurances of quality and value, communicating a personal identity. It indicates group membership. You feel you are part of a particular brand, and it exemplifies future aspirations. Tomorrow when I make that kind of money, I'm going to go get my BMW. Now, it's very important to note that there are fewer brands in jewelry compared to other products. We have a lot of brands in watches, but not so in jewelry. That's because of the brand strategy and advertising support. And generally the focus is on the store, not on the product. You will know TBZ. You will not know individual products of TBZ. So what should a sales associate do? He should follow the 3-step process. 1. Product branding, when he's making a presentation. 2. Store branding, all throughout consumer interaction. And lastly, personal branding, which in moderation should reflect in what the associate is doing, thinking, saying, or feeling. And to summarize the whole thing, what is the future of the jewelry sales scenario? The jewelry market is going to be extremely dynamic, globalized, digitalized, and competitive. So we are going to have to anticipate the changes, rise to the occasion, and capitalize on them. Only those people will survive. Branded jewelry is on the rise. So most jewelers will now have to come up with innovative designs and make sure that their brands stand out. Digital media is going to be used naturally for conveying information, identifying the brand, building customer relationships. High-end jewelry, still people will go to brick and mortar stores because they just feel that it's more reliable. But if you have affordable branded jewelry, then people don't mind buying it online because they know what product they're going to get. Fine jewelers may consider introducing new product lines at affordable prices, so younger generation can also buy. It gives them that entry point into your brand. Fine jewelers may sometimes focus only on high-end, because high-end will always have a market. There will be people willing to pay a premium for a product which not every Tom, Dick and Harry has. Jewelers can do two things, either mono-brand retail, where they focus on one brand, so that they have control, higher margins, or on multi-brand boutique chains, where there's a complete experience, a unique shopping experience. International retail groups will start taking over smaller jewelers, and will have global consolidation. Small artisans may have to go through multi-brand stores because they don't have the budget to create their own brand. And lastly, in addition to growth from expansion of established jewelry brands, we also expect growth from the non-jewelry sector, like Dior, Hermes, Louis Vuitton. These are now keeping jewelry collections along with their other products, and they might play a major role in the branded jewelry sector. All for now, thank you.